Yeah, let's talk about stateful set controller now. Stateful set controllers are controllers that are specifically designed for managing the stateful applications. Okay, and here each pod will have a dedicated storage because it has to store the data, and there is a DNS host name pointing to each pod directly. Okay, I will take you to the architectural diagram. In system, when we deploy the stateful set controller, so this is how the typical architecture looks like. Okay, we will have pods deployed here. Each pod will have a dedicated storage attached. Okay, you can see the pod name and the storage name PVC. Both are having game 0, game 1, game 1, game 2, game 2. Okay, and you can see here one more. You can observe, like in deployment, we always had a pod ending with random string, but in stateful set we will not have a random string pod, because each client who communicates to this pod, he use the name of the pod for the communication along with one service URL and attaching name of the URL. So this name of the URL should not be changing. Even if you restart the pod, name of the pod will not change. Okay, and even this storage will have the reference of this name only. Okay, we will look into the one demo, and yeah, along with storage, we need to have one service, and this service actually is kind of headless service, or we don't really communicate to this service, but we will use this service to form a URL to communicate directly to the pod, which I will show you the example. Yeah, we will go to Killer Coda again, and we'll take the examples from my GitHub link. I have given this link also in the description. What we do first, we will create a stateful set. Let's check, do we have any storage running already? No. Do we have any pods? No. Okay, do the vim and take this file sts.yaml. Okay, at high level, what we are doing in this pod, kind is a stateful set. Okay, and number of replicas we have given a 3. We have given 3 replicas. Okay, and here one thing, other parameters are almost common, like we have given the label as njnx, which we will use it in a service. You can see we have created a volume claim template that is for 1 GB, and this volume claim template we are attaching to the container here. Okay, if we have 3 pods, every pod will have this volume created, and that volume is attached to this path. And if we have 3 pods, then 3 such volumes will be created. Okay, let us deploy this pod. Get pod -w. Let the pod, all the pods to come up. Yeah, till the time, as we are telling, we need a service also here to establish a communication towards the pod. That code also I have given in the description. So we have all the pods running. You can see the names of the pod as nginx0, nginx1, and nginx2, not like the random string names. And since we have created the 3 storages, right? Get PVC. When we give the get PVC, you can see the 3 PVCs are created, and 3 PV also, persistent volume also got created here. And you can see every claim has the name, pod name attached here. Means this storage is dedicated to nginx0 pod, this is dedicated to nginx1 pod, and this is dedicated to nginx2 pod. Even we can describe this PVC. Describe PVC. You can see this PVC is used by nginx0. Okay, now let's create a service to establish. Then we will see how we can communicate to this pod. svc.yaml. Okay, I have given here the reference selector as app nginx, which was present in our stateful set application. Apply -f svc. You get SVC. Now the service is also got created. K get pod minus OY. We will see the, like, we have three pods. Now we will see how we communicate to this pod. I give the pod name here. Uh, we'll go inside the pod actually. Okay. So I'm inside the NGNX pod. So what I will do, I will use this name to communicate to the pod. Now this is the URL I ping. I got the IP of one pod. I will communicate to NGNX 0 pod now. I got the IP of the pod. I will communicate to NGNX 2 now. You can see the 1.9, that is actually a NGNX 2 IP address. Okay, so how this URL is formed? Then first the name of the pod. Okay, first it's a name of the pod, that is NGNX2, then the name of the service, then name of the namespace, then there is a common string called svc local.cluster. This is actually a direct URL towards the pod. Okay, the client will use this URL to communicate directly to the pod. The client will have that application logic how to always communicate to this particular pod only. Like, let's say it received the first request, then it will create some session ID and it will create some mapping internally that, okay, whenever I have a request with this session ID, I have to forward this to pod 0, then this session ID pod 1, then this session ID pod 2. That's how it maintains the data. The client application maintains the data and communicate to their respective pod only. So this is about the stateful set controller.